explanation. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritual activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be net into while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sanga conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the class this morning?
हरे कृष्ण वदना माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna Preeti Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Vadana Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Is anybody here would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dr. K. Babu from Chandigarh.
Hare Krishna Babu Prabhu, Dhanvat Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining every day and giving us your association. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If anybody else would like to introduce themselves, please go ahead.
We will chant for another 4 minutes, Mataji. We'll start
Sure,
exactly at 6:20.
Sure,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Vishnu
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Can we start recording, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Welcoming all of you to the Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Vamsivadana Prabhu. Prabhuji is going to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 15th chapter, verse number 53. Before diving into the call, we'll do a brief introduction of His Grace Vamsivadana Prabhu. Here is the introduction of Prabhuji. Prabhuji is the disciple of Srila Radhana Swami Maharaj. By causeless mercy of Vaishnavas, Prabhuji is practicing Krishna consciousness since 2015. Currently, Prabhuji is serving ISKCON Baltimore along with wonderful Vaishnavis, Vrinda and Akshita. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavats Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on this topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I'll hand out the call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'll just share my screen. Sincerely grateful to Bhakti Sanga group devotees for giving me this opportunity to study Srimad Bhagavatam primarily for my own purification. Srimad Bhagavatam says that anyone who studies, hears Srimad Bhagavatam, repeats the words of Srimad Bhagavatam, gets purified. So I'm considering this opportunity as a purification for myself, and whatever benefits that everyone is getting is not because of me. It is because of Srimad Bhagavatam, and it is because of the Acharyas. So we'll begin with the Mangalacharan prayers, and then we'll study the verse and we'll study Srila Prabhupada's purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatyade Satarine. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Tadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamshra He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So the verse that we are going to see today is text 53 of Canto 7, chapter 15, entitled by Srila Prabhupada as Instructions for Civilized Human Beings. So I'll read the Sanskrit verse. Indriyani manasi urmau vachi vaikarikam manaha vacham varna samamnaye tam omkare sware nyaset omkaram bindau nadetam tam tu prane mahatyamum. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The mind is always agitated by waves of acceptance and rejection. Therefore, all the activities of the senses should be offered into the mind, which should be offered into one's words. Then, one's words should be offered into the aggregate of all alphabets, which should be offered into the concise form Omkar. Omkar should be offered to the point Bindu, Bindu into the sound, into the vibration of sound, and the vibration into the life air. Then the living entity, who is all that remains, should be placed in Brahman, the Supreme. This is the process of sacrifice. Purport. The mind is always agitated by acceptance and rejection, which are compared to mental waves that are constantly tossing. The living entity is floating in the waves of material existence because of his forgetfulness. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has therefore sung in his Gitavali, Miche Mayara Vase, Yache Beshe, Kacha Habu Dubu Bhai. My dear mind, under the influence of Maya, you are being carried away by the waves of rejection and acceptance. Simply take shelter of Krishna. Jiva Krishna Dasa, E Vishwasa, Karle Tara, Dukkanai. If we simply regard the lotus feet of Krishna as our ultimate shelter, we shall be saved from all these waves of Maya, which are variously exhibited as mental and sensual activities and the agitation of rejection and acceptance. Krishna instructs in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityacha Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshashami Ma Shushaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Therefore, if we simply place ourselves at the lotus feet of Krishna by taking to Krishna consciousness and keeping always in touch with him by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we need not take much trouble in arranging to return to the spiritual world. By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is very easy. Srila Prabhupada quotes, Harir Nama, Harir Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyata. So what Srila Prabhupada is telling in this purport, in the previous preceding verses, we saw that Srila Narad Muni is explaining. Srila Prabhupada mentions the summary of this chapter. I want to read few words from Srila Prabhupada's summary. Srila Prabhupada mentions in the summary that in this chapter, Srila Narad Muni is showing the differences between different grades of Brahmana. Among the Brahmanas, some are householders and are mostly attached to fruitive activities or betterment of social conditions. And above them, the Brahmanas who are very much attracted by austerities and penances, who retire from life. They are known as Vanaprasthas. Other Brahmanas are very much interested in studying Vedas and explaining the purport of the Vedas to others. Such Brahmanas are called Brahmacharis. And still other Brahmanas are interested in different types of yoga, like Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Such Brahmanas are mostly sannyasis, members of the renounced order of life. So, Sri Narad Muni explains throughout the different verses how we have to first control our senses, because this verse is talking about controlling the mind. But before controlling the mind, all our acharyas, including Srila Prabhupada, we need to endeavor to control our senses first. Because here, even in the translation, it states, therefore, all the activities of the senses should be first offered to the mind. So, which means that the senses have to be controlled first. Without controlling the senses, it is impossible to control the mind. And if everyone is able to see my screen, in first canto, third chapter, 44th verse purport, this is very famous. Many of our preachers also quote this purport. It is very important for us to remember this always. That firstly, I will read. So Srila Prabhupada says, one should hear with rapt attention from the real person, and then he can at once realize the presence of Lord Krishna on every page of Srimad Bhagavatam. The secret of knowing Bhagavatam is mentioned here. No one can give rapt attention who is not pure in mind. No one can be pure in mind who is not pure in action. No one can be pure in action who is not pure in eating, sleeping, hearing, and mating. But somehow or the other, if someone hears with rapt attention from the right person at the very beginning, one can assuredly see Lord Krishna in person in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning this in his transcendental words here. He's saying that first we have to control our senses. His Grace Radhesham Prabhuji, in one of his classes, he says that we have to read these words of Srila Prabhupada in the reverse order. Meaning, first we should be pure in our senses, in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, which will result in purity in action. And with purity in action, then by the grace of Krishna, our mind will be controlled. And then we will be able to give rapt attention when we are hearing from the real person. And we will see who that real person is. Because Srila Prabhupada is mentioning the purport, mind is always agitated by acceptance and rejection. In the 5th canto, the conversation between Jada and King Rahugana, and Jada is instructing Rahugana. And in these two verses, he mentions the soul's destination, the mind, is the cause of all tribulations in the material world. As long as this fact is unknown to the conditional living entity, he has to accept miserable condition of the material body and wander within this universe in different positions. Because the mind is affected by disease, lamentation, illusion, attachment and greed, and enmity, It creates bondage and false sense of intimacy with this material world. Mind is the one which makes us identify with our ahankar. And this uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of the living entity. Our greatest enemy is our own mind. We don't have to search for enemies outside. It is not somebody around us. Sometimes because of our conditioning, we think, oh, somebody is actually inimical to us. Sri Prahlad Maharaj says that is because we are conditioned. A pure devotee never sees anybody as an enemy. We see with our own eyes. A pure devotee doesn't have a tendency to criticize because they don't see anybody as an enemy. Because I'm conditioned, I'm seeing somebody as an enemy. But actually our enemy is our own mind. Because our mind is what is actually trying to identify ourselves firstly with our body and then make decisions. If one neglects it or gives the mind a chance, it will grow more and more powerful and will become victorious. Our mind will become victorious because why? Mind is an energy of Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in the 7th chapter, right? Bhumi rapalo anano vayu kam manor buddhi revacha ahankara itiyam me binna prakritir ashtada. All the 8 elements, mind, intelligence, false ego, the 5 earthly elements, all are Krishna's energies, inferior energies. They are inferior but supremely powerful because it's Krishna's energy. What power do I have to get over the energy of Krishna? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains in the Siksha to Srila Rupa Goswami that the part and parcel of Krishna, that the jivas that we are, if you take the hair and take the tip of the hair and cut it into thousands and thousands of pieces, 1 by 10,000 of the tip of the hair is our constitutional position compared to Krishna and his energies. What power do we have? We don't have any power. Although it is not factual, it is very strong. It covers the constitutional position of the soul. O king, please try to conquer this mind by the weapon of service to the lotus feet of the spiritual master and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do this with great care. See, Srila Prabhupada in today's purport is saying the living entity is floating in the waves of material existence, and Srila Prabhupada is quoting Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, my dear mind, he is instructing, he is asking us to instruct our mind. My dear mind, under influence of Maya, you are being carried away by the waves of acceptance and rejections. It will happen because we are conditioned. But still, he is saying, simply take shelter of Krishna. If we simply regard the lotus feet of Krishna as our ultimate shelter, we shall be saved from all these waves of Maya, because the Maya keeps alluring us, which are variously exhibited as mental and sensual activities and agitation of acceptance and rejection. Our mind will keep tossing us between acceptance and rejections. But what is the only way to take shelter of Krishna? Because we are conditioned souls, we don't have direct access to Krishna, not possible. So King Jadabharat is telling us we have to offer service to the lotus feet of Guru. Even while practicing the limbs of bhakti, our mind will keep chattering here and there. But because we want to please our Guru, that we have promised, we are promising so many things, but still I am so fallen, I am so conditioned. Please help me. I want to bring my mind back. There is one very easy weapon, Srila Prabhupada says in this purport, within which the mind can be conquered. Neglect. Srila Prabhupada is saying, neglect the mind. Neglect the chattering. Chattering will come because I'm conditioned, but neglect the chattering. The mind is always telling us to do this or that. Therefore, we should be very expert in disobeying the mind's orders. During chanting especially, our mind will say something happened yesterday or something is going to happen. Forget it. Neglect it. Neglect the chattering of the mind. Gradually, the mind should be trained to obey the orders of the soul. The soul's order is to obey the orders of Sri Guru first. It is not that one should obey the orders of the mind. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, to control the mind, one should beat it with shoes many times just after waking and again before going to sleep. We have to remember the orders of our Guru. When we wake up, I've heard this from several advanced Vaishnavas. When they wake up, they hear to Sri Guru. Before sleeping, we have to go into taking rest in the right consciousness. In this way, one can control the mind. This is the instruction of all Shastras. If one does not do so, one is doomed to follow the dictations of the mind. What will happen? The chattering will happen, and it will result in actions, which is very dangerous. Because if we follow the dictations of our mind, it will result in actions, and it will result in, Prabhupada saying, we will be doomed. Doomed means we are spiritually dead. Another bona fide process is to abide strictly by the orders of Guru and engage in the Lord's service. Then the mind will automatically be controlled. As long as we are trying to follow the instructions of Sri Guru, there is no, Srila Prabhupada is telling here, our Acharyas are telling here that there is no question of our mind taking over us. Mind is automatically controlled. In the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, Eshat Ishanam Ishasya, I forgot the verse. It says that just like Krishna is above the three modes of material nature, Sri Guru is also above the three modes of material nature. Because they have attained the lotus feet of Krishna. So, by following the instructions of Sri Guru, who are above the three modes of material nature, it is not different from following the lotus feet of Krishna. By pleasing Sri Guru, we please Krishna. Then our mind will be automatically controlled. Otherwise, it is impossible to control our mind. The moment we step away from the lotus feet of Sri Guru, our mind becomes completely uncontrolled. And we have experience of this. And we are experiencing this. So whenever our mind is not controlled, we have to remind ourselves, am I truly following my Guru? And we will know for sure that we didn't. And that is the reason why our mind is not controlled. And in the remaining portion of the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying that we have to surrender to Krishna. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja. And surrender to Krishna means surrendering to his representative in this world. It is non-different. A spiritual master, he says that when we surrender to the instructions of Sri Guru and we please them, and when they are pleased, Krishna becomes pleased. Madbhakta puja adhika. By pleasing a pure representative in this world, we please Krishna. That is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing Sri Rupa Goswami here. When one receives the seed of bhakti by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one's real life begins. If one abides by the orders of Sri Guru, by the grace of Krishna, he is freed from the service to the mind. There is no other way. There are no shortcuts, unfortunately, in bhakti. And to illustrate this principle, because all this becomes theoretical for us. At least for a conditioned soul like myself, it becomes completely theoretical. It is philosophically very nice to hear all these things, but we need to see somebody in practice showing it for us. The process that has been mentioned here, showing it as an example. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. We see in the first few chapters of Adi Lila, Srila Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami is coming and explaining to us the reason for the descent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and one of the external reasons for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent into this world is to show by example, because Krishna contemplated that, like Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, surrender unto me, I will take care of you, do not worry. Ma shuchaha. But I have not shown them how to surrender. But if I again come as God, people will again become complacent. People like myself who are foolish will not even know how to detect who is God. So I will go as a devotee and I will show them how to surrender. Like our spiritual masters, they often sing, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Swaparshada Sviya Dhama Sahavatari Atyanta Durlabha Prema Kori Bare Dana Shikaye Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes along with his parshads to show how to surrender. Shikaye Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana. He is coming to show how to surrender. And in this incident that I'm screen sharing in chapter 7, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visits Varanasi, Mahaprabhu takes sannyas and he is going to Varanasi and he is wanting to deliver. Mahaprabhu says, I have so much fruits of love of Godhead in my baggage. I want to deliver it to people, but people in Varanasi are not ready to take it because there are so many Mayavadi sannyasis there. And there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu happens to meet Prakashananda Saraswati. And the leader of Mayavadi sannyasis present, Prakashananda Saraswati, after standing up, he addressed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as follows, with great respect. Please come here, Your Holiness. Why do you sit in that unclean place? What has caused your lamentation? The Lord replied, I belong to a lower order of sannyasis, therefore I do not deserve to sit with you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from the very onset, he is teaching us. Mahaprabhu is very expert. He is Krishna himself. From the onset, he is showing humility to Prakashananda Saraswati. Simply by his humility, he breaks open and conquers the trust of Prakashananda Saraswati from the beginning only. Mahaprabhu, he could have directly went into argument, but he doesn't. The same thing happens when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he hears that his devotees are being tortured by Kazi, and Mahaprabhu becomes, he wants to go and speak to Kazi. Why he is causing trouble to his devotees who is doing Nagar Sankirtan? And Mahaprabhu still, he doesn't go and talk to Kazi directly. He goes and sits humbly on the veranda of Kazi, patiently waiting for Kazi to come down. So the first principle that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches in Sharanagati is humility. Dainya. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in that Sharanagati song, dainya. And Mahaprabhu is exhibiting that here. Every single moment we will see throughout the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he shows that without dainya, there is no progress in bhakti. And Prakashananda Saraswati, however, caught Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally by the hand and seated him with great respect in the midst of the assembly. Prakashananda Saraswati then said, I understand that your name is Sri Krishna Chaitanya. You are a disciple of Keshav Bharati, and therefore you are glorious. You belong to our Shankara Sampradaya and live in our village, Varanasi. Why then do you not associate with us? Why is it that you avoid even seeing us? Mahaprabhu is teaching us not to associate with Mayavadis, who are Krishna Aparadis. You are a sannyasi. Why then do you indulge in chanting and dancing, engaging in your Sankirtan movement in the company of fanatics? Meditation and the study of Vedanta are the sole duties of a sannyasi. Why do you abandon these to dance with fanatics? You should sit and study Vedanta. This chanting and dancing is some fanatical thing. You look as brilliant as if you were Narayana himself. Will you kindly explain the reason that you have adopted the behavior of a lower class people? Because the Mayavadi sannyasis, like Srila Prabhupada explains in many purports, that they think that they are liberated and they address each other as Narayana. Here at this juncture, Prakashananda Saraswati has not understood that Mahaprabhu is Supreme God himself. Mahaprabhu has not revealed himself. It's very interesting. Mahaprabhu, when he's traveling throughout South India to deliver village after village, people start chanting and they immediately recognize Mahaprabhu as God. But here Prakashananda Saraswati is a sannyasi of the renounced order. He has not realized that Mahaprabhu is Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied to Prakashananda Saraswati, my dear sir, kindly hear the reason. My spiritual master considered me a fool. Therefore, he chastised me. Prabhu kahe shuna Shripad ihara karana, Guru more murka dekhi karila shashana. मूर्ख तुम्ही तोमार नाही का वेदांत अधिकार कृष्ण मंत्र जप सदा ए मंत्र सार. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continues, you are a fool, he said. You are not qualified to study Vedanta philosophy and therefore you must always chant the holy name of Krishna. This is the essence of all Vedic mantras and Vedic hymns. I mean, all these purports have to be studied in detail because Srila Prabhupada writes so many things that we need to apply in our lives. And in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is writing that one becomes, Srila Prabhupada is quoting Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one can become perfectly successful in the mission of his life if he acts exactly according to the words he hears from the mouth of his spiritual master, which is what we saw. And Srila Prabhupada is quoting his favorite line. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks in this connection that a disciple must accept the words of his spiritual master as his life and soul. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here confirms this by saying that since his spiritual master ordered him only to chant the holy name of Krishna, he always chanted the Hare Krishna mantra according to this direction. Krishna mantra japa sada a mantra sar. Prabhupada goes on to explain several things in the purport and he mentions something really important for us to apply. Srila Prabhupada says, Vedanta means the end of knowledge. The ultimate end of knowledge is the knowledge of Krishna, who is identical with his holy name. Cheap Vaishnavas do not care to study the Vedanta philosophy as commented upon by our four acharyas. In the Gaudiya Sampradaya, there is Vedanta commentary called the Gaudiya Bhashya, but the Sahajiyas consider that such commentaries to be untouchable philosophical speculation and they consider the acharyas to be mixed devotees. Thus they clear their way to hell. Why? Because we consider Guru to be Sri Guru to be somebody ordinary. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami dedicates one whole chapter in Adi Leela glorifying different types of spiritual masters. And he explains who is Diksha Guru, who is Siksha Guru, and they are non-different from Krishna, because he explains that they are external manifestations of Krishna. And what Srila Prabhupada is warning us is that we cannot take this instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and just chant holy name at our conditioned state. Yes, only the holy name alone is enough for us. But that is why Srila Prabhupada has to say this. Since his spiritual master ordered him only to chant the holy name of Krishna. If he receives such an order, then yes. But a true, genuine, pure devotee or Sri Guru will know the nature of a devotee, will know what are the conditionings in the heart of a devotee. Without actual purification of the heart, it is impossible to chant the holy name always. Because here it says Sada. Krishna mantra japa Sada. How can I chant the holy name constantly? Not possible. I can pretend to be chanting always. But if my heart has so many contaminations within, it's not possible. It will be only words. Naam akshara naam nahi. Sripad Aindra Prabhu says. So without purification of the heart, I cannot chant constantly. So that is why all our acharyas from Srila Prabhupada and his glorious disciples, they know the art of cleansing our heart. And that is why they have given a complete package for us of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Vaishnava Seva. Because we have to do all these things to purify our heart. And with that purification, when we chant the holy name, Krishna will be pleased. Because yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasada na gati kutopi. If we are not pleasing the words of Sri Guru, whatever we do, even in the realm of bhakti, my spiritual master says that even in the realm of bhakti, even angas of bhakti is not pleasing to Krishna. I may be worshiping deities, but that is not pleasing to Krishna. Because I am not pleased as pure representative in this world. Not possible. I may try to chant the holy name constantly. Not possible. We are blocked. That is why Srila Prabhupada is stressing so much in this purport. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Indeed, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one will be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord. Mahaprabhu is glorifying the holy name here. And Srila Prabhupada writes, unless one serves the Supreme Personality of Godhead Mukunda, one cannot be freed from fruitive activities under the external energy. However, when one chants the holy name of the Lord offenselessly, one can realize a transcendental position that is completely aloof from the material consumption of life. So, we need to, Srila Prabhupada quotes further in the purport, yes, the ultimate goal of chanting the holy name is to see face to face Krishna. But there are different stages of spiritual advancement, namely Sambandha Gyan, Abhideya Gyan, and Prayojana. And this is why Diksha means Sri Guru or spiritual master gives Divya Gyan to us. Yes, Sri Guru gives us the beads and asks us to chant the holy names. follow the four regulative principles, learn how to be the servant of the servant in the mission of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But in order to do that, we need to hear from Sri Guru. And what will Sri Guru give us? Through their Vani, they will give us Sambandha Gyan, relationship with Krishna, one's eternal, original relationship with Krishna. Abhideya, how refers to the acting according to the constitutional relationship. That we are eternally servant of Krishna and how to act on that relationship. And then ultimately, Prayojan. And what is a Prayojan? The ultimate goal of life is to develop love of God. And that also Sri Guru will instruct us. If one adheres to the regulative principles under the order of Sri Guru, he will very easily achieve the ultimate goal of his life. A person who's addicted to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mantra very easily gets the opportunity to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. And how this addiction comes? Only and only and only by serving Sri Guru in this world. Otherwise, it will take long time for us. And we realize that when we make mistakes because we are conditioned, as soon as we are adhering to the orders of Sri Guru, chanting becomes proper, offenseless. There is no need for such a person to understand the grammatical jugglery in which Mayavadi sannyasis generally indulge. So we don't have to listen to any other mundane talk. Right? And Srila Prabhupada quotes the offenses in the purport. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes, Nama vinu kali kale nahi yara dharma sarva mantra sara nama e shastra marma. In this age of Kali, there is no religious principles other than chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all Vedic hymns. This is the purport of all scriptures. Mahaprabhu is again glorifying the holy name here. Eta bali eka shloka shikaila more kante kari e shloka kariha vichare. After describing the potency of the Hare Krishna Mantra, my spiritual master taught me another verse, advising me to always keep it within my throat. These are Mahaprabhu's instructions. In one verse in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishna Kaviraj Goswami says, even though Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't instruct us directly, we have to take certain instructions that it is for us. And what does Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says here? Harer Nama eva kevalam kalau nasteva gatiranyata. For spiritual progress in this age of Kali, there is no alternative. There is no alternative. There is no alternative to the holy name. The holy name of the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada says, he quotes Srimad Bhagavatam, for progress in spiritual life, the Shastras recommend meditation in Satya Yuga, sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord, of Lord Vishnu in Treta Yuga, and gorgeous worship of the Lord in the temple in Dwapar Yuga. But in the age of Kali, one can achieve spiritual progress only by chanting the holy name of the Lord. This is confirmed in various scriptures. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in 12th canto, Kalir dosho nide rajan asti ko mahan guna kirtana deva krishnasya mukta sanga param rajet. In the age of Kali, there are many faults, for people are subjected to many miserable conditions. Yet, in this age, there is one great benediction. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can be freed from all material contamination and thus be elevated to the spiritual world. And this is what Srila Prabhupada mentions in today's purport in the end. Therefore, if we simply place ourselves at the lotus feet of Krishna by taking to Krishna consciousness and keeping always in touch with him by chanting the Hare Krishna Mantra, we need not take much trouble in arranging to return to the spiritual world. And what is the process that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing us here? Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Nimai Pandit before he met his Guru, Sri Guru, Srila Ishwara Puripad. And Mahaprabhu was such a scholar. We read, we hear from all our acharyas that Mahaprabhu was unbeatable in debate. When he is debating with somebody, he will counter the argument, he will ask questions, and he will counter his questions also eventually. People will be amazed by the way he's speaking. But Mahaprabhu is teaching us that I may be big pundit, but without surrendering to the lotus feet of a pure devotee, it is impossible to chant the holy name and attain the lotus feet of Krishna. Not possible. So Mahaprabhu, when he visits Gaya for the Shraddha ceremony of his father Jagannath Mishra, external reason to go to Gaya, our acharyas explain that Mahaprabhu meets Srila Ishwara Puripad. And before he meets Ishwara Puripad in Gaya, Sri Ishwara Puri actually visits Navadvip. And Ishwara Puri, when he visits Navadvip, he is already a pure devotee because he has served Srila Madhavendra Puri, who is a root of Krishna Bhakti. He served Srila Madhavendra Puri so nicely when he was about to leave this world. How did he serve? By giving him pleasure, by reminding him of Krishna always, because Srila Madhavendra Puri was crying in separation of Krishna. That famous verse that he quotes, "O Lord, O merciful Krishna, where are you? I want to see you again. I am crying in separation. O Lord of Mathura." And his disciple Ramachandra Puri is criticizing him. If you are not able to remember Krishna, meditate on Brahman. And Srila Madhavendra Puri becomes so annoyed with his disciple, "Please move away from me." And Sri Ishwara Puripad at that time comes and menially serves Srila Madhavendra Puri. Menially means he does all, he takes care of his guru. He cleans his stool, urine, and he feeds him how? He feeds him by speaking about Krishna. He chants the holy name of Krishna. My Guru Maharaj, he says that the only way to please a Vaishnava is to make them remember Krishna. I can speak so many nonsense, which I do. But the only way to please a Vaishnava is to make them remember Krishna. And this brought so much bliss to Sri Madhavendra Puri. He blessed him. May you get love for Krishna. And this is what we are hankering. When will we hear such words from Sri Guru in our life? This should be only our goal. Nothing else. We don't want anything else in our life. And because of this benediction that Sri Ishwara Puri got from his Guru, he became such an exalted Vaishnava, a Mahabhagavad devotee. When he entered Navadvip, and Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says that he entered Navadvip and nobody could detect him only, that he was an exalted Vaishnava. The Mahabhagavad devotees are hidden even within ISKCON. Prabhupada has created so many moons within our movement. So many moons are being created. And Ishwara Puripad, when he enters Navadvip, he goes incognito. Nobody recognizes him. And when he enters Srila Advaita Acharya's home, at that juncture, Srila Advaita Acharya is lamenting that people are criticizing. People of Navadvip are criticizing us for telling that we are just chanting out of sentiment. And Srila Advaita Acharya becomes angry like Rudra. saying that I promise that I will make Krishna descend very soon in Navadvip. It is not a coincidence. At that time, Srila Ishwara Puripad enters into Advaita Acharya's home. And just like a Mahabhagat devotee, he doesn't want to show himself to be a great devotee. We see with our own eyes. So many pure devotees are there. They don't want to showcase themselves as great devotees. So he quietly goes and sits behind where Katha is going on. And when Mukunda sings the glories of Krishna, Ishwara Puripad, he couldn't control himself. And seeing his ecstatic symptoms, everyone recognizes, because they are already pure devotees. Only a pure devotee can know who is a pure devotee. No one else. They recognize that Ishwara Puripad is not a normal person. And then after that incident, Srila Ishwara Puripad he happens to meet Nimai Pandit. And Nimai Pandit falls on his feet and invites him home and feeds his guru, future guru, Srila Ishwara Puripad. And what does he do? He makes him sit and requests him to speak about Krishna. Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Srila Prabhupada gave us the 9 processes of bhakti. Srila Rupa Goswami gave us the 9 stages of bhakti. Ado Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sanga, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta Ruchi. Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sanga. Mahaprabhu is showing us as a devotee, how do I develop this Shraddha? Shraddha initially is some faith, but Srila Prabhupada quotes in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he quotes what is actually Shraddha. Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Shuddhada Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Vina. I forgot the words. Krishna Bhakti, that firm faith, that only Krishna Bhakti. I don't want anything else. How do we gain this firm faith? Sarva Karma Krita Hai. That if I worship the lotus feet of Krishna, everything is taken care in our life. How do we gain this faith? Mahaprabhu is teaching us through this incident by hearing from a pure Vaishnava. Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sanga. By Sadhu Sanga, we increase our faith. Initially, it's very feeble. That faith can be broken anytime. Our family members will come and tell, oh, this is all too much for you. This bhakti process and all, you can do it later in your life, not needed now. Because our faith is feeble. But that faith will become stronger when we hear from pure Vaishnavas, pure devotees. Mahaprabhu is teaching us that he heard first from his guru, Srila Ishwara Puripad. He heard Krishna Katha. And Sri Ishwara Puripad spoke Krishna Katha to Mahaprabhu and all the Vaishnavas at his home. Mahaprabhu developed attraction. Just like our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, he met Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1922 in Ultadanga Junction. And he heard from his guru. And Srila Prabhupada himself tells from his lotus mouth. The very first day I heard from his guru, from my guru, I decided within my heart, he is my guru, I am his disciple. And Srila Prabhupada got initiated only after 11 years. So Mahaprabhu first got attracted to Ishwara Puripad by hearing from him. And then the later incidents happen where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to Gaya, and in Gaya he meets Srila Ishwara Puripad and he gets initiated. There are so many other things happens that Srila Ishwara Puripad again is invited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Srila Ishwara Puripad comes in always constantly chanting the holy names, and then Mahaprabhu is busy cooking for himself. And then when he's about to take honor prasadam, Sri Ishwara Puripad comes And then Mahaprabhu doesn't want to take for himself. He first offers to Guru something for us to contemplate also, right? That this service attitude is most important. Mahaprabhu is teaching us. He's serving his Guru first before he is taking. He serves all the prasadam to his Guru, and his Guru is asking, what will you eat? Come, let's share. One very great Acharya within ISKCON, he says that Sri Ishwarapuri is testing Mahaprabhu. Who can test Krishna? Only his pure devotees. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, I want to serve you first. I can cook for myself later. This service attitude is something for us to contemplate on. How much are we serving Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas? And without this service attitude, it is impossible to chant the holy name always. And I will conclude with this. My spiritual master, he says, what does it actually mean to chant the holy name constantly? It is not that I have fixed number of rounds in a day and I'm meeting that goal. That is not chanting the holy names constantly. That is very good to have fixed number of rounds every day and chant the holy names every day. But actually chanting the holy names constantly, meaning Krishna is so pleased with us, Sri Guru is so pleased with us, that the holy name cannot leave our tongue. Krishna doesn't want to leave our tongue. When Srila Rupa Goswami and Anupam goes to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu is having a conversation with Vallabha Bhattacharya, and Mahaprabhu, cutting the pastime short, Mahaprabhu introduces Srila Rupa Goswami Anupam at that time to Vallabha Bhattacharya, and they don't even come close. From a distance, Srila Rupa Goswami offers obeisances. And Vallabha Bhattacharya becomes so astonished. Who are these people? And why does he become astonished? Not just because he offered obeisances. Because Vallabha Bhattacharya says, I can see in these two personalities that the holy names of Krishna are constantly vibrating, constantly chanting. They don't have beads in their hand. At least it is not mentioned there. They might have. But this is a very exalted stage. We should worship personalities in this world whom we see who cannot stop chanting the holy name. To always chant, Prabhupada says in today's purport, then we need not take much trouble in arranging to return to the spiritual world. So to come to the stage of always chanting the holy name, we have to follow the process. There is no shortcuts in bhakti, unfortunately. Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sanga Bhajana Kriya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed the orders of his Guru, and we must follow the orders of the spiritual master. And according to our nature, the spiritual master will give us instructions, and we have to simply follow the words of Sri Guru. Bhajana Kriya, then Ananta Nivritti happens. Then comes fixed bhakti. Whatever happens, I don't want to leave this path. Then comes Ruchi. At the stage of Ruchi is when somebody can always chant the holy name. So if you are actually seeing personalities, we have to bow down to them, seek their blessings. Please bless me so that I may develop this taste for chanting. Because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakati ache. Amito Kangala, Krishna Krishna boli, Daitava pache pache, Ohe Vaishnava Takura, Dayara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kori. Only by the mercy of a Vaishnava, a pure devotee, will Krishna will want to enter onto the tongue of a conditioned jiva in this world. That is the verdict of all our acharyas. And that is the only way Srila Prabhupada is telling, because Srila Narada Muni is quoting the translation that we have to chant Omkara. Omkara also in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishna Kaviraj Goswami explains that it is a sound representation of Krishna, non-different. But in today's age, in this age of Kali, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is given prime importance, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also explaining here. Harinam. But our acharyas are also teaching us how to chant the Harinam. So we cannot bypass our acharyas and try to chant constantly, try to do kirtan 24 hours a day. Not possible. Sripad Indra Prabhu did it because he had the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, it's impossible for somebody to chant like that. So I cannot go and imitate such great personalities. Not possible. So we have to follow the process. I will stop here. It's 8:20. I'm sincerely grateful to my spiritual masters who have mercifully, only by their grace, I've been given this opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita for my own purification.
Hare
Jagat Guru
Krishna, Hare
Srila
Krishna,
Prabhupada
Prabhuji,
ki jai.
thanks.
Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you. Thank you so much for wonderful class, Prabhuji. You've been enlightened very important points that we have to regularly follow. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Devotees, if you have any questions or realization you'd like to share, please unmute yourself and please go ahead.
Hey Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the very, very, very wonderful class. The interactions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Ishvara Puri, the interactions in Kashi, Prakasham and Saraswati, all of this was very interesting, and it is nice to know how one should be very, very dedicated to one's spiritual master and follow the instructions nicely, following in the footsteps of all our great acharyas, and also how Mahaprabhu showed it as an example throughout his life. Thank you so much, Prabhu. It was a very interesting class. Hare Krishna. Grateful for your invitation.
Thank you, Preeti Mataji. Vinita Gandharika Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for making us understand how Srimad Bhagavatam, attentive hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam can control the mind. And ultimately, if you control the mind, we can surrender to the instructions of the spiritual master. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very beautiful class, as Mataji said. You have taken us with different pastimes of Chaitanya Leela and then make us understand how it's very important to understand once we have to surrender to spiritual master, how to surrender to spiritual master. That was very nicely explained, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Following the instructions of spiritual masters make us closer to Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Very grateful to you.
Thank you, Vinita Gandharika Mataji. And devotees, does anybody have any questions or realizations? Yeah, Sindhu. Go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. Very beautiful class. You actually let us know the secret of chanting, the secret of surrendering unto a guru, which is very, very important. But during the course of our bhakti, we tend to forget. We get so engrossed in our own aims and goals that we forget these important secrets which have been revealed in the scriptures. Thank you, Prabhu, for reiterating that it is so important. We all want to chant regularly and all the time, but we don't know how to do it. And surrendering unto a guru, yes, we keep hearing it, but how much do we follow day in and day out? It's questionable, right? So thank you for reiterating such important lessons for us today, Prabhu. And all the pastimes, as Preeti Vilasini Mataji was saying about Lord Chaitanya, the way you narrated the different pastimes, it is so apt to how we have to follow in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sindhu Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Anybody wants to ask questions to Prabhuji? Yeah, Raju Prabhu, please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Very
Krishna.
nice class, Prabhuji. Couple of thoughts, Prabhuji. We touch base about controlling of the mind, where it has a tendency of accepting and rejecting it. And with the force of senses, we tend to go into the Maya world, go into this world. The challenge of controlling the mind comes when the Maya is very strong and senses are running behind those. I'll give you some example. If the death happens somebody's and you go there, attend there, during the time you are there in the cremation ceremony, half an hour, 1 hour, your mind is there. It is in that environment, and you keep on trying to be that one day will come for us also. You try to be devote in devotional service, and as soon as you come out of that, you are into a day-to-day activity, and as soon as you are day-to-day activity, your mind again in a accepting and rejecting mode, and again become a victim of kam, krodh, moh, lobh, ahankar. So every day we keep facing these challenges of controlling the mind, and we also says that it has a limited capacity of chanting whole day. We might be doing a just wording of it, but not really chanting it. Uh, Having all these experiences and what has happened on day-to-day life, can you really again emphasize on these, help us that some more tips? You have given a lot of tips today, no doubt about it. Some more tips into dips so that this rascal mind, which is troubling us every day, we kind of get win out of it. We cannot win 100%. We know it. Its behavior is like this. It's a, you also said it's a energy of Krishna. How can we win over this, right? But the ultimate thing is how to get into a right direction so that our direction is not changing it, though it's keep on disturbing us, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you are very senior. Whatever I'm going to tell now, it's not what I am experiencing or my realizations. I'm going to simply repeat what I've heard from spiritual superiors. Is that, Prabhuji, is we need somebody to guide us. And that superior Vaishnav should be also not subjected to the tribulations that we are facing, then how can somebody help us? Right? So if we are seeking help from somebody, that person should not be subjected to the tribulations of mind, which is explained in today's verse. So we need to pray to Krishna to send such a personality in our life. And we need to submit ourselves to such a personality. And that personality will guide us. And that personality also should be representing all the previous acharyas. You should not take the instructions just like that, or just see some personality according to our mind and come to a conclusion. And that personality's instructions will have to align with the acharyas, and it will. And Krishna will send such personalities in our life. And then we have to follow. And then when we follow, then mind will sometimes in between conquer us, but we'll get back on track because we are trying to follow the instructions of the representative of Krishna. Because taking shelter of Krishna is not possible for us, Prabhuji, because I'm a conditioned soul. How can I take shelter of Krishna? Not possible. We need a personality in this world who's Guru, whom we can talk to. We can tell our problems. It may be even material problems, personal problems. And they will tell us how to tackle it, not just give solutions to material problems, but also how to fix our mind on Krishna, no matter what happens. And because I want to please them, my mind may one day will be, by their mercy, subdued. But other day may not be subdued. But still I want to please them. And that is the only way to be not distracted by this ever devouring energy of Krishna. There is no other way, Prabhuji. There is no other way to do this. We cannot do this on our own. Not possible. I may hear Srimad Bhagavatam, I may even study Srila Prabhupada's books every day. But then I am again captured by the illusory energy of Maya by making me think that I am a very advanced devotee. I am finished again. So we need to take shelter of a pure devotee in this world. That is the only way, Prabhuji. There is no other way. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also mentions in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, not possible. Without the mercy of a sadhu, it is impossible to progress in bhakti. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentions, right, Prabhuji, that 5 processes of bhakti will help us advance. Sadhu Sanga, Nama Kirtan, Bhagavata Shravan, Mathura Vasa, Sri Murtira, Shraddhaya Sevan. Sadhu Sanga, he says first Sadhu Sanga.
Yeah.
Because without that Sanga of a pure devotee, we read this in Nectar of Instruction, the preliminary book that Srila Prabhupada asked you to study, right? The 4th verse of Nectar of Instruction states that we need to have loving relationships, 6 kinds of loving relationships, right? The 5th verse of Nectar of Instruction states, whom should I have that loving relationship with? That Srila Prabhupada writes in that purport, that should be ideally with an Uttamadhikari devotee. Who's a pure devotee.
True.
So then, though we may be in this world, we have to do so many things, so many tribulations are there. Even though those things are there, that cannot be negated. Because Srila Prabhupada says Krishna consciousness is not a process of negation. It's a process of transforming our consciousness. We may still have to do many things in this world, but still, by the mercy of such a divine personality in this world, we won't be entangled. And that is the only way to come out of this loop of going back and forth again. Is that okay, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Nicely explained, Prabhuji. Dandar Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Dandar Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for a wonderful example, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Kapralana, Prabhuji, please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Dandar Pranam Mataji, and Dandar Pranam to Prabhuji's and Mataji's. Prabhuji, in this scenario, Rajiv Prabhu has, very nicely described, and it is really the real situation of my mind too. But there is one ray of hope which I get always from Srimad Bhagavatam, is Yan Asthai Naro Rajan Na Pramadya Karhijit. I don't want to be lazy in whatever I'm doing, whatever my Guruji has told me to do, even if not perfectly. And I don't have much knowledge about the scripture and whatever. It says, Davan Nimilya Matreva. Still, na pramadhe na karshitya. So this ray of hope always sustains my sadhana, whatever little I can do like that. So this is little ray of hope. I always feel, I remember this sloka so many times so that, at least I get some courage to continue what I'm doing. The rest is in the hand of Lord Sri Krishna, Guru Maharaj, like that. That's what I feel. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Very nice class
Thank
today.
you, Prabhuji, for sharing.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Thank you, Pralana, Prabhu. Any more questions, Prabhuji's, Mataji's? Prabhu, Vamsi Prabhu, there is one message in chat from Prabhu. Dear Vamsivadana Prabhu, please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhu. Thank you so much for your uplifting association and beautiful bhajan. Your explanation that always chanting refers to when Krishna doesn't want to leave our tongue. You display the sincerity that is deeply clarifying the most important aspect of our devotional life to please Sri Guru. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Prabhuji and Mataji. That is not my explanation. I'm simply repeating the words of Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, this message is from Lalita Mataji and Dinbandhu Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, Mataji. Devotees, if anybody wants to ask any questions to Prabhuji. Looks like there are no more questions, Prabhuji. Your permission, can we end the call here, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful class, and we look forward for your association again and again, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Let us pay obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas. Vancha
Kalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya
Paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnava.
Jai Shri
Jai.
Praise Vamsivadana Prabhuji ki jai.
Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, Dinabandhu Prabhuji. Thank you so much for joining every day and encouraging all of us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. We'll close the call today. We'll meet tomorrow. Hari Bol.